Hey everyone, welcome to the Invisible but Powerful Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Kiner, and I'm so excited to talk about my next episode, episode 5, entitled A Sister's Love of Sacrifice and Renewal. February continues to be a month of love, and today we recognize a powerful love of a sister, a love that's so strong that it led to a life-changing sacrifice. Now, I have to warn you ahead of time that some of these topics are sensitive in regards to amputation or kidney failure. There's some of the images will be graphic, so viewer discretion is advised. But she does have a powerful testimony, and I advise you to stay tuned on the Invisible but Powerful Show.
Welcome to Invisible but Powerful, where heart, soul, and spirit intertwine. This show is about sharing stories of faith, resilience, and transformation to inspire you to uncover, unlock, and unleash the incredible potential God has placed within you. Now, let's get ready for real talk and heart-to-heart conversations on the Invisible but Powerful Show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Invisible but Powerful Show. We are on episode 5, A Sister's Love of Sacrifice and Renewal. I'm so glad that you can join us today, whether you're joining live and engaging in our live chat or catching us on a replay. Either way, it's a good thing. Today, I have the honor of introducing a truly inspiring woman, Crystal Brooks. Crystal was raised in Irvington, New Jersey. She is a devoted mother to her now 26-year-old son and have been supported through her life challenges by her incredible mother, who now serves as her caretaker. In the year 2000, Crystal made the selfless decision to donate one of her kidneys to her brother, Corey, believing that it would extend his life. Tragically, he passed away 6 years later in 2006. In that same year, she later developed kidney failure as well. But despite her kidney failure, she continued to work. She worked as a paraprofessional in the Irvington Board of Education for over 10 years. But then she also pursued further education by graduating from Lincoln Technical Institute in 2014 as a medical assistant. Over the years, she has faced not only dialysis, she also had 2 transplants and ultimately the amputation of both her legs in 2023. Yet, through every hardship, her faith has never wavered. She is truly a survivor and a woman of strength who continues to push forward with resilience. So today, Crystal joins us to share her incredible story of sacrifice, perseverance, and the strength of love. For those of you who are listening live, don't forget to share your thoughts, encouraging messages, and anything that you want to share in the live chat throughout this session. In the meantime, let's welcome my very special guest, Crystal Brooks. Hey, Crystal. Welcome to the Invisible but Powerful Show.
Thank you.
So how is it going? I see that you're in the bed right now, but you were still able to do things in spite of.
I exercise a lot. I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting to go to therapy for my amputation. I have my prosthetic. I start
Mm-hmm.
my therapy. Despite of transportation, they can't get me this place and that place, but I'm working on them. Hopefully, I can get to them and start walking soon. Hopefully, by my birthday, which is May 19th. This year, I'll be 49. I have a
Wow.
lot of, still have a lot of strength, and I'm strong, and I'm trying to make it day by day. I just have a lot of positive in my life. My mom, my son supports me a lot. I'm just trying to make it day by day. That's it.
Nice. Now I want to go back to your younger days. I want to go back to where you grew up. You grew up in Irvington and you had You only had one brother. I'm sharing this picture. Can you see it?
Can
All right. So this is a picture of you and your brother Corey. Tell us about this picture. Like, when was it taken? What's
he
going
may
on there?
I think I was about 3 years old. I think Corey was about 8 maybe.
Yeah.
And I just gave him a kiss, just I guess just to show my love for him. We grew up close. We had our problems. We fought. We argued. We had snowball fights in the house. We played hooky from school while my mother was at work. So we had a lot of fun when we was younger. But we had
Oh,
a lot of fights too. We would knock on the walls when it's time to go to bed and throw shoes at each other and throw powder on each other. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. As we was
yeah.
growing up, he always protected me,
Yeah.
watched out for me when we was outside playing, made sure nobody messed with me. We had a lot of fun when we was younger.
Nice. So, when did you learn that your brother needed a kidney transplant? Like, when did that happen?
Sick like all his life. He was very sick, going through different
Mhm.
things. I remember my mom told me she was in a car one day and this little kid came by and scratched her on her arm. And she was pregnant with Corey. And
Mhm.
she said when he was born with the umbilical cord around his neck. So the doctor said
Mm.
if she would have waited to have him another day, he would have died. He had a lot of problems when he was younger. I don't remember when he exactly started dialysis, but I know
Mhm.
he needed a kidney. And my mother's girlfriend, Linda, her daughter was going to give him one. But I told her no. I told her I will do it because we're closer and I felt like we would be a better match. So that's
Mm.
what I did. I
Mhm.
gave him a kidney. When I went to go do my blood work, our antigens matched 5 out of 6. So I told Corby
Wow.
I would be willing to do it. He told me if I didn't want to do it, I could change my mind. He wouldn't be mad at me for nothing. I told him that I wanted to do it because I wanted to see him live a longer life. So he said, okay, we
Mm.
both agreed to that. So the day of surgery, he told me again, he said, if you want to change your mind, it's not too late. So I told him
Right.
no. I told him I want to do it. So we went ahead and did it. The kidney was perfect for him.
Yeah, I wanted to share this next picture because we're going to get into what happens a little later, after the surgery. But I wanted to share this picture of you and your son, Tyshawn, because at the time when you decided to donate, you had a 2-year old.
I did. I had a 2-year-old Tashawn. I think he was 3. He might have been 3. My mom watched him while we went through the surgery. When I came home, I had a kidney pillow, but I lost
Hmm.
it. I don't know what happened to it. So I
Hmm.
cried. I cried over that pillow like all night. Tashawn helped me
Hmm.
look for it. My mom helped me look for it. We couldn't find it. So I went to sleep in pain because they told me that the pillow, I had to keep it on my side where I had my surgery in case I
Yeah.
coughed or something. It would
Right.
ease the pain. But I couldn't find it that night. So I went to sleep without it. And when I woke up the
Mm.
next morning, the pillow was on my side. It was on the side that I
Really?
had the it was on the side that I had the surgery. I don't know how it got there because I didn't do it.
Wow.
So I thought it was my
Wow.
grandmother. I think my grandmother took the pillow and she brought it back to me the next morning.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh,
so I was
wow.
proud of
That's
that.
amazing. I never knew about that.
That's it.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
God.
That totally.
I needed that pillow because I was in so much pain. She brought it back to me.
Right. Now, with Tashawn being so young at that time, you didn't think about how that would impact him later or how that would affect you as a mom?
Um, because I wanted to save my brother. So I knew I had the support from my mother as far as watching him. It was good. Tashawn tried to be by my side and support me as much as he could, as little as he was. He was always there for me, showing me the love that he had for me. Um, Things got easier as time went on because I
Hmm.
healed quicker than Corey did. But
Hmm.
he appreciated it. And
Hmm.
after a while, they told me that it would last in him for 20 to 25 years, and it didn't last. It didn't.
Yeah.
I think it lasted
So,
for maybe like 6 months, if that, maybe a
ooh,
year
okay. Yeah,
before it failed. hmm
before it failed.
Before it failed, yeah.
So, thinking about all of that, because what we were thinking, I know as a family, we were thinking, like they said, it will last for 20, you said 25 years?
Told him
It,
that the kidney would last, but it didn't because he had a blood disease. They didn't know until after I gave him the kidney. So if they
so
knew
they,
that, they wouldn't have let me do it.
right, so they didn't do the tests. You know how they do
They
all these
didn't
tests?
didn't test him for that. They didn't
Oh,
test him for the
interesting.
blood disease that he had.
Hmm.
So he went back on dialysis after that.
So when you really thought about donating, um, at that time, was that an easy decision, or were there any moments of hesitation at all?
It wasn't an easy decision.
Hmm.
I hesitated a few times, rather if I should do it or not. But I said if I do it and something happens, it's okay because he'll always have a part of me in him. Regardless of what happens to him, he will always have a part of me. And they
Hmm.
told me that being that I gave the gift of life, if I ever went on dialysis, I will always be at the top to
You
receive
always be
another
at the,
kidney. So
okay.
I did it. I don't regret it. If I had to do it again, I would. But he
So,
felt bad. He felt bad because it didn't work. And he said he wouldn't have never took it from me.
mm,
So
right. So the kidney you donated in 2000. You said it started to fail in 6 months,
kidneys failed 6 months
or
after he passed away.
okay, but his kidney, the one that you donated to him, is the one that failed shortly after.
Yes, it failed shortly after I gave it to him. So it probably lasted for about 6 months to a year, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have a picture here of this letter. It was from the Living Donor Appreciation Dinner. Let me share this picture here.
hmm
So tell me about this dinner and how this works with donors.
So we had received a letter in the mail asking if we would like to come to a dinner, an appreciation dinner for the living donors. It was me and Corey, and it was other people that gave a kidney to their brother or their uncle or their mom, dad. So we all
Mhm.
was there, and the dinner was very nice. They had good food. Um, and we just had to get up on stage and just show our appreciation. So Corey
Mhm.
would have to go up to the stage and talk about me and how I donated it to him and how appreciative he was,
Mhm.
how the surgery went, what we went through, how did we recover. He said he always will give me stuff like whatever I needed or wanted, he will always
Right.
take care of it for me. He said this was his Thanksgiving, his Christmas, his birthday. I don't have to give him nothing else in
All
life.
yeah. That's all the presents, all the gifts, anything.
Yeah.
That's
The
like a
kidney
lifetime gift.
meant everything to him. So
Right.
I was very happy that he was happy, just knowing that he didn't have to go to dialysis again. He was
Mm.
happy. We got to know a lot of people at the dinner. We introduced ourselves to different people there, and they shared their stories with us, what they went through, and everything. So it was very nice. It was very
Oh,
nice
nice.
and rememberable. I'll
Oh,
never
nice.
forget
Nice.
that.
So, how was your recovery after
To the
the
surgery.
tra- after the surgery? Because you were saying that with him, things started to take a turn for the worse. That was like 6 months later, but but immediately after, how was everything for you? Were there some unexpected challenges like immediately after, or was it pretty good within that year?
I think everything was good within that year that we had the surgery.
Yeah.
After a while, I think Corey just had a lot of problems. Like he was in and out of the hospital a lot. He
Mhm.
had blood clots. I mean, he was just going through so much. And he passed away like a week before my birthday. I think it was a week before or after my birthday because we went to Red Lobster and he said I want a lobster. And I said, go ahead and get it. I said you only live once. He never got it
Yeah.
though, and that week he passed away. So I was like, Dad, he could have
Oh.
had a lobster. He said it was
Oh,
too much.
now,
Said it cost too much. And I said, you only
so,
live once, so go ahead, get it.
uh,
But he never
and
got it.
he never got it.
No. But that wasn't
Oh,
the reason why he passed away. It wasn't because of the kidney. It was because he had pancreatitis something. Something.
pancreatic cancer,
Huh?
something with the pancreas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 months
Yeah.
after that I started dialysis.
Mm. So when he passed away in 2006, how did you cope with that, being that you donated the kidney and then this happens? How did you deal with that?
I just said I tried. Like I tried to do what I can do for him. And I said he will always have a part of me in him. And that's
Hmm.
not gonna change. So I'm glad I did give him the kidney because if my mother's girlfriend daughter would have did it, I wouldn't have had nothing. I tried to save him. Like I tried to do what I could. But it was like one thing after the next with him. It was always something going on with him. And he was so
Right.
big, like muscular. Like he
Right.
didn't even look sick.
Right. Right.
So
Oh, I know your story so far has shown such remarkable courage. For anyone who's listening who needs daily encouragement, I want to share a resource that has helped so many on their faith journey. It's all about the book, Invisible but Powerful. Stay tuned to this promo on Invisible but Powerful.
Have you ever felt like life's challenges have left you searching for hope? Invisible but Powerful isn't just a devotional. It's a lifeline for women navigating their toughest moments. Filled with heartfelt stories, scriptures, and reflections, this book is inspiring women to rediscover their strength and faith. It's time to uncover your inner strength, unlock your potential, and unleash a life filled with purpose. Scan the QR code now or go to Amazon.com to purchase and begin your journey today. You don't have to face life's challenges alone. Let Invisible but Powerful guide you every step of the way.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Invisible but Powerful Show. We are in episode 5. We are talking about a sister's love, and we are here with my special guest, Crystal Brooks. Now, Crystal, we talked about how it was when you were younger, your relationship with your brother. We talked about also some of the things that you encountered, what he encountered after the kidney donation. But what about your health challenges? I know after he passed in May of 2006, in December, you also were diagnosed with kidney failure. How did you process that news?
scared. I was very scared.
Yeah.
Um, I was going to the doctor more, but I was ducking my doctor and I was canceling my doctor's appointments because I didn't want to go. I knew he
Mm,
already told me my kidneys was working at like 30%. and I would need
Okay.
dialysis eventually, very soon. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to listen to that. But
Right.
December 2006, I was working at the Board of Education. I was paraprofessional for kindergarten at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a Christmas party. And my doctor called me on my phone and he told me that I need to get to the hospital like now. He said my blood
Mm.
work is terrible and I need dialysis today. So
Mm.
at that time, I knew it, but I didn't want to go. I was going up and down the stairs doing copies for my teacher, and I can feel it in my chest, like I couldn't breathe. But I didn't want to
Mm.
go to the hospital. Eventually, I told my teacher I had to leave because my blood work is horrible. My doctor told me I need to go to the hospital. At that time, Tyshawn was in the second grade, so I had to
Mm.
go get him out of school. Me, my mom, and Tyshawn. I think my dad went, I'm not sure, but I went up to St. Barnabas and they had to
Mm-hmm.
do emergency surgery on me. So I had to have dialysis through my growing area because I
Yeah.
didn't have my graft in my arm at the time. So they
Right.
had to do it like that. And I was in a hospital for about 2 weeks. After that, I felt better. After I had the treatment, I actually felt better. I didn't want to
Right.
face it though. So everything was fine after that. Then I just started going to dialysis.
Mm.
My first two treatments at the center, I got sick and I started vomiting at the
Right.
center. I guess because my
Right.
body wasn't used to it. After a while, I got used to it and I accepted it.
Okay.
Um, I had to get my graft in my arm that had to heal. I had a port in my chest for about 3 months, and that's how I
Mm-hmm.
was getting my treatment through my chest until my arm healed
Wow.
up. Yeah, but
Okay.
everything was fine after that. I felt
But
better.
so, okay. So that was in 2006, but then you received the transplant in
Because
2007.
I gave Corey the kidney, so that was my gift of life. I only
Mm.
waited 3 months. April
Wow.
April 5th, 2007, I received my first transplant, and it came from a 14-year-old girl. The 14-year-old girl committed suicide. That's how I got her kidney. And I think we take on their like what they was going through in their life. I think we take on to that because after I think about a year, I was talking about committing suicide too.
Really?
Yes. And I
Wow.
told my mother, I said, what can she possibly been going through at 14? Like she's a baby. Why would she
Mm-hmm.
commit suicide? She could have been getting
Right.
raped,
Mm-hmm.
harassed at school, or picked on.
Right.
Anything could have been
Right.
going on with her. And
Right.
I told my mother, I said I was going to commit suicide too. I told my mother I was going to cut my graft and let it bleed, and that would have
What?
been it.
When you say, what do you mean your graft? Is that what's in your
My
arm?
fistula in my arm, yeah. I
Oh.
was gonna slice it and just let it bleed. And she called Beth Israel and told Beth Israel what I said. So I went up to Beth Israel and they had me in the psych ward because that's what I
Mm-hmm.
was going to do. And I was serious. I don't know why. I just didn't want to. I mean, I felt like I was going through a lot and it was just
Right.
too much for me to bear.
Right.
So I went up to the psych ward at Beth Israel and they was going to keep me. And I told my mother, I'm not staying here. I said, I'm getting out of here. So they had me
Mm.
undressed and everything. They did some tests on me and they told me don't get dressed yet until they come back to check on me. I got dressed. I told my mother, I'm not staying here. I'm going home. And they said they don't want me to leave because I can be endangering other people's lives as well as my
Right.
own. But I said, I can't
Mm-hmm.
stay here. I'm not staying here. My kidneys was still good. The transplant that I had from her, it was still working good. And I felt like if they put me on medicine, it's going to mess up my kidney. So,
So So with that transplant in 2007, because you had two transplants, what happened with the first?
First one, it failed. It lasted for 3 years and it failed.
Oh,
It failed on my birthday 3 years later. So I had to go back
mm.
on dialysis.
Okay. So once you receive the transplant, you no longer need to be on dialysis,
No,
right?
right. I was on a lot of steroids. I was on a lot of anti-rejection medicine, and that would keep the kidney going. So they told me that kidney is like a foreign object. My body don't
Right,
know that kidney, so it's trying to attack it to get it out of here. And that's what the medicine was for it to keep going.
right, right. Okay. So that one lasted for 3 years. That so in 2010,
It
that's
failed on my
actually,
birthday
and it failed on your birthday. How did you know that it was failing though?
because I started getting sick. I started throwing up.
Mm.
My skin started getting real dark. I just started feeling funny, like I was getting this metal taste in my mouth. It tasted like blood in my mouth. These are all the signs
Wow.
that I had that I knew my kidney was rejecting. In May, my kidney was failing. June 10th, I got laid
Mm.
off of my job. All the paraprofessionals got laid off. That same night, I had to have emergency surgery because I was having pain in my stomach, like when you get your menstrual and you have
Right.
pain in your stomach, but I wasn't getting it. It wasn't coming. The pain was very unbearable, and I told my mother, and asked her if I had any pain pills, and she said no. She said, I think you need to go to the hospital. So I went to the
Right.
hospital. Ambulance came and got me. They did tests on my stomach and they found out that I had a hole in my colon.
Oh, so that
So,
was the next challenge.
and I was going to dialysis then because my kidney failed.
Right.
So they had to reverse my intestine. They didn't want me to walk because they said it would make it worse. They said if I wouldn't have went to the hospital, I would have died because the poison
Mm.
was backing up into my body. So like when you move your bowels, I would move my bowels, but half of that would go into the hole. And
Oof.
that's why I was getting backed up. So they did
Mm.
emergency surgery. I had a colostomy bag. They gave my intestines a rest, and I was going to the bathroom through the bag. I had that on for
Okay.
8 months. So I got that removed in February 2011.
Okay.
June 2011, I got my second transplant.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. It was fine. The kidney was working good. 2013, it failed. So I went back on
Mm.
dialysis again.
So that was like another, that was 2 years later.
That was 2 years. Yeah. That was my second
Mm.
transplant. And I've been on dialysis ever since.
Now, did you experience those same feelings when that second one failed? Did you have that same experience of
Because
metallic taste?
this one came, yeah, the metal taste in my mouth, I had that.
Hmm.
It tastes like blood. I was getting sick. My skin started turning dark, and I just felt weak and tired and having a hard time breathing again. And once I went back on dialysis, I felt better. So I've been on dialysis
Mm.
ever since, up to this day.
Now, the you said in the one that you received in 2007, that was from a 14-year-old girl. What was this kidney in
He came
2011? Where
from
did this
I think he was 50 something years old. He was a smoker.
the
I think he
smoker?
had a heart attack and he passed.
Oh,
But he liked chocolate ice cream. After I got his kidney, I wanted chocolate ice cream. My mother
that
said,
is interesting.
I never liked chocolate ice cream. But I ate that because I was like fiending for it and I wanted
Yeah.
it. And she brought me up a cup to the hospital and it was so good.
So it's interesting that you take on the traits of that person, of the donor.
So that's what happened with that one. Um, my third transplant now.
You're waiting for the third. How
Yeah.
long has it been since you've been waiting for quite some time? Because we're now in 2025. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. One thing that I do know about you, though, Crystal, is that even with the colostomy bag, all the things that was going on, dialysis, you still continue to live life. You still like to drive and travel and do things. And I have this picture here of you, and you can tell me what's going on here. This is this is you on the beach.
Yes.
It looks like. Tell me when did you where is this? Tell me some more about this picture.
And my girlfriend Josette. We went to Point Pleasant Beach. This was at Point
Ah,
Pleasant Beach. We had fun that day. I love the water.
yeah.
Um, I was still on dialysis at this time.
Yeah,
And
because I can see the port in your arm.
yeah,
Yeah.
we had so much fun that day.
Oh.
And we was just taking pictures and just having a ball.
Now, what year was this? Like, how long ago was this?
A while ago.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 2011, maybe 2000.
So this was why you had your second kidney?
Yeah, this was a while ago.
Okay.
I don't even
Okay.
remember because I still got them shoes. Yep, this was real fun. We had a lot of fun.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it.
Bring back
But
memories.
yeah, yeah. I know that even with you going, I think you said you were laid off in 2010. You received your kidney. You still continue to live life, and you went to school. So you went to Lincoln Tech
Yes, for
in
medical
2000
assistant.
for medical assistant. How was it like balancing school and managing your health at the same time?
It's hard. I mean, I just like that I had somewhere to go. I had something to look forward to the next day. Medical assistance, I look at myself and see everything that I've been through, and I wanted to help out other people too that was going through stuff in their life. I just
Hmm.
wanted to help them, and hopefully they will have a better life too.
Right.
I went to school, even though I think I had my transplant by then, but I was still going through stuff, so I couldn't make it to my graduation. I got my certificate, but at that time, I was in a hospital when they was getting prepared for graduation. I would bring my stuff to the hospital and do my homework, study for my test. I would do everything, but unfortunately,
Wow.
I couldn't finish it. So I had to do that class over again when I got better.
And the important thing is that you finished with
Finished, I
honors.
got my certificate. I did
Hmm.
everything I was supposed to do. I had my CPR license, but I
Hmm.
never went back to do the CPR because I was going through so much. And
Right,
I
health
kept
wise.
trying and trying to go to school. I went to Essex County. I couldn't stay there because I guess there was too many people around and I would get sick. So I couldn't go
Mm.
there. So Lincoln Tech was my thing.
Okay. Okay. And you were able to complete that.
Yes. They sent me
Good.
my certificate through the mail, so I was happy about that. But now, I think I forgot everything that I learned in Lincoln Tech because that was in
Well,
2014, I think.
14. It
So
was in
I forgot
2014.
everything.
Yeah. It's like if you don't practice and you never know. You may get into the field or get back into the field and realize, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
That I
But
got my legs amputated. I think I want to help out little kids now because I like kids.
yeah,
I like to work with
that's
kids. I think I want to help them learn how to walk and feed them if they can't feed themselves. I just want to see them do better because they didn't
right,
ask to be here. You know, it's
right,
just something that happened within their
right.
body.
Right. And speaking of that, and this was the most recent challenge, we had your health crisis in 2023. I think that, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like that was like your most challenging year, when you started to feel the gangrene. You started, like your feet started to get darker, and you realized that it was gangrene. I have this picture here. And I have to warn everyone, as we start to share our images, they may be a little graphic, so if you just want to listen to the audio, that's fine. But this is part of Crystal's journey, and this is what she experienced as she continued on in her life in 2023. So do you see this picture?
Yes, I see it.
So what happened here?
This was when I was in a hospital. So when I
Hmm.
was at home, it wasn't this bad. One of my feet, I thought I got burnt because it was burning. So I went to
Hmm.
St. Barnabas, because I thought I got burnt, but St. Barnabas said it's not a burn. So I left. They discharged me and I left. And I think I went to the hospital and it just started getting darker and darker overnight and it was hurting so bad and
Yeah.
it was to the point where I couldn't take it no more. So when I finally I went back to St. Barnabas and St. Barnabas told me that I need to be admitted. They never told me why. They said something is going on with your feet and you need to be admitted.
Right.
So I said, okay. But as time went on, it got darker and darker. The doctor told me that it was gangrene.
Mm.
He said it was gangrene and I would have to get my feet amputated. That was the first one. And
Right.
I can't really remember everything, but
Yeah.
it was like it was getting darker and darker. Every morning I woke up and it got worse.
Right. Right. So I see it looks like it started with your left, and then the right started to develop that as well. And that's what these pictures are.
It
They're
really
the
bad.
pictures of your right foot starting to go through the same thing your left foot had went through.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have these pictures here. What's the difference between the right picture, the left picture, and the right picture?
Right one, it was, I think I just had surgery on that one. The left one was getting there. And they told me that they would have to amputate that one too. But my left inner thigh had Mercer too. It started off with a little sore and it got bigger and bigger.
Hmm.
But I think the right one they had already done it. They done that one already. I could
So
see
the
the
right,
staples.
yeah. So the right leg, it wasn't just the foot that was amputated. They went to the knee,
Yeah.
and the left, that picture on the left is actually your left foot where it started to go bad. It would get darker and darker. Okay, so this picture here, is that your, looks like your right, maybe your right foot?
One with the bone.
Yes,
Yeah, that's the right.
that's the right foot. And that's why they had to
Amputate. I had a
amputate.
big old sore on the ankle part. I could see.
So they had to amputate up to the knee with the right leg. Because when I look at the picture on the left, what's going on there? You're in the hospital.
When I was in the hospital. That's the left
Yeah.
foot. That one had Mercer in the inner thigh.
Okay.
But
That was the.
yeah, they tried to save the right one, but when they tried to save it, the vein broke, so they couldn't save it.
Mm,
They had to
wow.
bring me back to life. They had lost me, and they had to
Right.
bring me back.
Mm.
So
So
that vein was no
what
good.
was how was everything going on with your family at this time? Like, how was your family dealing with this?
They was just as scared as I was. I didn't know
Right,
what was going on half of the time because I was hallucinating a lot. So a lot of stuff I had to ask my mother, what happened? I think that
right,
was at Overlook Hospital.
hmm right. And then you talked about the gangrene here, or the Mercer. I think this was the Mercer
In my inner thigh. Yep, that was the
in the
Mercer.
inner. That was
Yep.
the Mercer in the inner thigh.
Mm-hmm. And that started
And,
off as a little sore. And it just got bigger and bigger. And I guess they did a lot of cutting or something. I had to take antibiotics to get
mhm.
that better. And even today it's still healing. So
It's
I have
still
to keep
healing.
it wrapped. Yeah, I have to keep it wrapped. It looks a
Oh
lot
wow,
better now.
of
Right now
course.
the scab is falling off. So I
Hmm.
just keep covering it. They gave me some kind of medicine. It's like a pad
Hmm.
with medicine on it, and I just keep it wrapped and change it,
Mm.
clean it every day, or they said 2 to 3 times a week. So that's what I do. But it's still
Okay,
healing.
it's still healing.
Yeah, I try to let it sit in the sun a lot,
Right.
but the sun doesn't
And
come out.
I was gonna say, does the sun helps it?
Yeah, it helps it when I can catch it. When I can catch the sun, because I wanted to sit for like maybe an hour, have it
Yeah.
sit in the sun, but I don't get the sun a lot. So,
Mm. Wow.
yeah, it's been a journey.
It has been a journey. It has
Yes.
been a journey. Before we move into our final reflections, I want to talk to everyone about our IBP chat. This is our online community where we discuss faith, healing, personal transformation, and we do this in a supportive environment. So take a look at this promo.
Do you ever feel like you're carrying life's weight on your shoulders? At the IBP monthly chat, you don't have to do it alone. This is your space. A space where real women come together to share, connect, and encourage each other. Whether you're navigating challenges, seeking clarity, or simply craving authentic connection, the IBP monthly chat is where faith and friendship meet. We meet virtually on Zoom, and each session is a safe place to open your heart and discuss God's word as it relates to our lives. Here, you'll find strength, understanding, and the reminder that you are never alone. Scan the QR code to subscribe and be notified of our next session. Let's grow together, one conversation at a time.
All right, we are back at the Invisible but Powerful Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Kiner. We are at episode 5, and we are talking about a sister's love. My special guest, Crystal Brooks, is here with me and wanted to talk about some final reflections. I have a picture here. As you start to heal, you start to get some new legs. Tell me what's going on in that picture.
Mickey. So the prosthetics, I'm really looking forward to walking again.
Mm.
March 21st. I can't wait. That's when I start my therapy. I'm
Oh,
very,
nice.
yes, I'm really looking forward just to being independent again, doing things that I was doing before all of this happened, driving. Hopefully, I can go back to work, walk around, and do
Mm.
the things that I was doing. Me and Mickey gonna
Wow.
get through this together. He is my
Oh.
power, he is my strength, and we're gonna walk.
Mm.
Yeah,
How does it feel to have prosthetics on?
very different.
Yeah.
I think the left leg is easier because I still have my knee. It's not as
Hmm.
heavy. The right leg is very heavy. It's like maybe 5 or 10 pounds heavy. because I don't
Wow.
have a knee, and the knee is built in a prosthetic, so that knee makes it heavier. Um,
Right.
Told me to exercise with them. So when I put them on, I just lift it up like so many times a day, move it around so I can get used to it. When I go to therapy, it won't be so bad. But I'm really looking
Wow.
forward to that.
Yeah,
He told me
this is
that
like
I
a
could paint my toenails, and I have a sock on. I have a sock on. He told me I can get it wet so I can take a shower with it. I can get in the pool or whatever I want to do.
really
Yeah. So it's just like a
wow,
regular leg.
just like regular legs.
I can wear my sneakers again. He said I could wear shoes, slippers, whatever I want to wear.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But let me ask you this: looking back, all this stuff that you've been through, would you still have made that same decision to donate your kidney?
If it was my
Yeah.
brother, yes. If it was my mom, yes. Or Tashawn, yes.
Mhm.
I would have done it again. Just to
Wow.
try to give that gift of life. I would want
Wow.
them to live a longer life. So yes,
Beautiful.
I would have did it again.
So, what advice would you give to someone who's facing a similar challenge or a similar who may be going through dialysis or maybe, this is their first time maybe going through kidney failure?
Because
What advice would you give
I
them?
hear a lot of people talk about dialysis. They say they will never do it. They will never do it. They can't take it. They can't handle it. It's not that bad because I thought I couldn't do it too. But God don't put you through nothing you can't handle. If you
Amen.
can't if you can't do it, I mean, he wouldn't have gave it to you. You know,
Right.
you have to play
Right.
that part that you're dealt with. Play it
Right.
and just try to win. Try to be
Hmm.
that bigger person. God want to see how strong you are. He wants to see how
Hmm.
strong you are, and he ain't gonna put you through nothing you can't bear. All this stuff, I didn't think I could do it, but I did it, and I'm doing it. But with the
Right.
support that I have with my mom and Tashawn, that plays a big part.
Right.
And
It sure
people that to give people the strength that I've been through and that I'm going through now, they can do it. They just have
right.
to put their mind to it and have that support.
Right. And speaking of support, I have a picture here of you and your mom. So tell me about your relationship with your mom and how.
She takes care of me. She loves me. She do what she can do for me, and I appreciate her so much. And I'm
She
just
is
glad
your
that she's still here in my life. I don't know what
Mhm.
I would do without her.
Right. She is your official caretaker.
Yes, she is.
Hmm.
She takes
Hmm.
care of me. I don't know where I would be today if she wasn't. So I
Wow.
give my hat off to her.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I
So,
pray every night and I thank God for her every night. I don't
mm,
take her for granted, and I'm just glad she can do what she can for me.
right, right. So, what are the plans for the future? I know that you talked about wanting to encourage kids. What are the plans?
To see them, just to see them grow up and be strong,
So
do what
you
they
want to
can
help.
do for themselves.
So you want to help the younger people.
I want to help the little kids. Yes, I love the little kids. I mean, they might get on my nerves sometimes, but I love them. I do. Like the babies,
Mhm.
I love them.
But when you say help the little kids, are you saying helping little kids who have amputated limbs?
That's trying, like they're sick, the ones that have cancer, the ones that can't walk,
Oh,
that have prosthetics like I do. and they're trying to get ahead in life.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that can't do for themselves, the ones that can't feed themselves or trying to walk, I want to help them try to walk. I want to help them eat. I want to feed them if they can't feed themselves. Just try to make them happy. I want them
Right.
to be happy. They didn't ask to be sick. They didn't ask for cancer. You know,
Right.
I mean, they want
Right.
to be here with their families, just like I want to be here with mine. So I
Right.
just want to see
Exactly.
them get ahead in life.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them go to school and learn and be smart and grow up to
Wow.
be whatever they want to be, you
Right.
know? But I don't
Right.
want cancers holding them back. Or the little
Right.
kids that's on dialysis, they're being held back. Like they didn't ask for this. They're
Mm-hmm.
still babies.
Right. Right.
So I know when I was in a hospital, it was a 10-year-old boy starting dialysis. And I was looking at him like, what did he do to get himself to this point? Like he's
Mm-hmm.
innocent.
Right. Right.
It hurt me. It hurt me so bad to see that.
Right. So that means that's the direction where you need to start venturing out into,
Yeah.
and that's why you want to go and help the kids. I
Even
understand
if I
that.
can get back to the school system and work with
Mm-hmm.
kindergarten and first grade, I'm willing to do that because I
Mm.
like them. I love them. I just want
Yeah.
to help them do stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, as always, it's interesting that you let nothing stop you. I do have one final question, and that is, what does invisible but powerful mean to you? And you can say it in one word, two words.
It's
What does
God.
it mean to you?
God.
Mm,
God is invisible, but he's very powerful. Um,
yeah.
this is where it started from. The earth. It started from God. He put
Right.
powerful things inside of our bodies. Like it's powerful.
Right.
God put us
Right.
on this earth to succeed in things, to go for things. I think God is invisible, but he's very powerful.
Very powerful.
He makes
That's a good one.
things happen. He puts things inside you that happen. We don't know
Right.
why. Things, bad things. He want to see how strong we are, if we can make it through.
Yeah.
So
He's
God is
he.
my God, and He will always be powerful to me.
Nice. Nice. And he actually knows more about us than we know about ourselves. He knew exactly what you were going to go through, and he knew that you were going to make it through, and
Hmm.
that you were going to be an inspiration to someone else.
When
Hmm.
we was born, that path was already made for us.
Yep, exactly. I could say, your story has been such an incredible testimony to the power of love, faith, and resilience. You have to be proud of yourself, of,
Yes.
all that you've been through and all that you continue to go through, but yet you still have
And I
positivity.
believe He has something in store for me. I don't know
Hmm.
what it is, but I know it's powerful.
Oh yeah, I agree to all of that.
It's powerful. And I will wait.
Mm,
I will wait for it.
yes. Even if it's this thing right here, whatever you want to do to help kids, that could be part of your purpose in life.
Yep.
So I thank you. I know this has been such a sensitive, delicate topic. Even the images were a little graphic, but you just continue on. You're such an inspiration. I thank you. It's been an honor for you to
Okay.
be here on this episode.
Thank you so much, Kim.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey. We value and support your feedback. If you have any questions for Crystal, we do have a Q&A on Zoom after this episode. The link will be in the chat. I hope that Crystal's story reminds you that no matter what your struggles are, your strength is undeniably powerful. So, as always, and in the meantime, Continue to be blessed and a blessing.
Thank you for spending this time with us on the Invisible but Powerful Show. We'd love to connect with you beyond the show. Follow us on Facebook at Invisible but Powerful Ministries, on Instagram at IBP Ministries, and subscribe to our IBP Ministries YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Until next time, remember to uncover, unlock, and unleash the potential within you. Walk boldly in who and whose you are.